fish hooks in that because it's not worth nothing now.
Please tell me that you guys can save her.
I'm gonna kill you and go back to jail. Maybe make you take some sleeping pills and cut off your.
There is no God. Huh? There is no God. I don't understand why you do this to her.
Pay close attention to these images. A couple appears in bed. The woman is Brandi Celenza, 25 years old, married and a mother. Beside her is her husband, Keith Johansen, 43 years old. Both are arguing because he had allegedly discovered a supposed affair on her part.
Yeah, you push a person to either beat or kill you because you're a whore. Man. I'll see how you can do that, man.
And this was the last time Brandi was seen alive. In the footage, we can see Brandi clearly in shock, with a frightened look, raising her hands to her head to wipe away tears. Minutes later, the camera keeps recording, her husband becoming increasingly aggressive, insulting her with words while she begins crying again. Her husband was furious because he had discovered she was pleasuring herself without him or doing the act online.
Fish hooks in that because it's not worth nothing now. Not in my eyes. My eyes, man, you cheated, dude. Multiple times. And only a stupid cheating scumbag son of a bitch would make that same mistake. You the wrong person, dude.
Brandi tries to explain herself, but her husband refuses to listen. After arguing, the husband leaves the bedroom.
Stay the away from me, man. I don't know who you think I am. I thought I was. Dude, you up, man. Like bad. It's only a matter of time.
At another moment, we can see Brandi crying, devastated, sobbing, begging her husband to tell her what she could do to fix things.
You don't care about me.
I do care.
In what way? Yeah, you like me as a
No.
father figure, but you don't give a about me.
Yes, I do.
However, when her husband returns, the tone of the conversation changes. He says how he will have her killed, how he will cut her, and wishes the worst possible death upon her.
I'm gonna kill you and go back to jail. Maybe make you take some sleeping pills and cut off your quick. I'll go to jail for that.
At one point, Keith stands up, takes a gun from a safe, and throws it to her, ordering Brandi to take her own life. Clearly a terrifying psychological pressure.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it here to haunt you. Maybe one day you will. You wouldn't give a I didn't. You drove me to think about it, man.
While all this was happening, Brandi's son, Ryland, 6 years old, was in the room next door. At another moment, Keith removes the bedroom camera and takes it to the front part of the house. At that moment, he was already looking for the right opportunity. He was going to kill her.
My life, my yours.
After leaving the camera, Keith, overcome by uncontrollable rage, returned to the bedroom and fired twice at Brandi, hitting her in the chest and breast area. Meanwhile, in the room next door, the victim's son reported hearing his mother scream just before the 2 gunshots. Keith tried convincing the child that no one was with her in the room and that it was an accident, but the scream indicated confrontation or immediate panic. After the crime, another camera in the house records the moment Keith calls 911, and here we can compare how he behaves with the operator versus how he acted aggressively in the camera recordings. Keith claimed his wife had attempted to take her own life and that he was in the shower when he heard the shots.
I was in the shower and I heard some gunshots. And I think that my wife accidentally shot herself.
It is possible to see him acting at one moment, saying on the phone, "Baby, stay with me," implying he was helping his wife, when in reality he was only running around the house trying to hide his narcotics.
Baby, please stay with us.
At that moment, we can see Keith clearly more worried about being accused of drug possession than about saving the life of his wife. whom he supposedly loved more than anything. The 911 operator, unaware of the act, tries to instruct Keith.
Flagler County 911, where's your emergency?
I was in the shower. I heard gunshots. I think my wife shot herself.
What happened?
I was in the shower, and I heard some gunshots.
Okay.
I think that my wife accidentally shot herself.
Do you think she did this to harm herself, or do you think this was accidental? Any idea?
No, I think it's accidental.
Okay, is she breathing? She talking to you, breathing anything?
Yes, she's breathing.
All right. Is she able to say anything to you?
Baby. Hey. Baby, no. She's incoherent.
Okay.
I can hear her breathe, though.
Can you apply are you applying pressure to that wound?
No, I can't
Find
breathe
yourself.
her like that. I'm wet. I'm sliding on my floor.
You can't apply pressure.
I can't see it. Listen, I got wood floors and I'm sliding. I don't want to risk hurting her or possibly one of the guns going off, too.
Keith's excuse for not helping his wife is that he was too wet to assist her and feared slipping and accidentally firing the weapon, which clearly makes no sense. When the police arrive at the scene, they quickly begin noticing the husband's lie. They find Keith, who had supposedly just left the bathroom, and he leads them to the bathroom where his wife was already dead. After confirmation, Keith and the couple's son are taken outside the residence. The officer shows a photo of his wife, and Keith confirms it is Brandi. At that moment, we can see the husband's coldness, as he does not shed a single tear.
What's going on today?
Nothing.
You guys were talking?
Yeah, man, we got up. I took a shower. She just made her coffee.
Okay.
When I
Once you guys
took
wake
a
up.
shower, I heard boom, boom, boom. I got out, and she was laying on the floor with guns right next to her. And I was like, no.
Okay.
So I called you guys immediately.
What time did you
Hey,
guys
can
wake
you
up?
come to my house now?
While explaining the situation to officers, Keith even has the nerve to ask the officers if they managed to save his wife.
Please tell me that you guys can save her.
Leaning against the patrol car, we finally see a few tears. For now, the officers do not treat him as a suspect, despite strong inconsistencies in his narrative. Keith even goes as far as saying that God doesn't exist, and that if God existed, he would not do this to us.
Why?
I don't know. That's what we're.
There's no God.
Huh?
There's no God. I don't understand why you do this to us.
The cynicism is extremely disturbing. Keith is then taken to give a statement, and there the detectives continue maintaining a posture as if they do not suspect him, treating him only as a victim for the moment. In another room, the couple's son is interviewed by a police officer, and what he reports is, at minimum, disturbing.
She had a little scream, and then I heard 2 gunshots.
Back in Keith's room, investigators now adopt a harsher posture. When questioned about what justice he expects in his wife's case, honestly, Keith says he hopes for more control in gun schools, a clearly cynical response.
Anything else that you can think of that you think is important for our investigation? Getting justice for your wife.
Better gun control schools.
Keith's father was called by police to speak with his son, a common tactic hoping paternal comfort will make the suspect break and confess small details to a relative. After a few hours, Keith is released, as investigators did not yet have the home security footage, and the evidence was insufficient for an arrest. However, days later, police obtained the recordings from the day of the incident. And then, Keith was arrested. During a prison call with his father, Keith learns his real situation.
What did the lawyer have to say?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
All I can say is with the charges you have, there is no probation, and you're looking at 30 years max, 20 years minimum.
Shortly before trial, he was offered a deal: 25 years to life or 50 years in prison, and he refused. He firmly believed he could fool the system. In court, Keith changed his narrative. now wanting to claim self-defense, saying that Brandi was armed and threatening him, contradicting his first version that his wife had attempted to take her own life. The prosecution did not let this contradiction pass. In the end, Keith John Johansen was found guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Under Florida law, this is served day after day, meaning he will spend the rest of his life in prison. The decisive factor for this verdict was the flash drive containing the security camera footage, which disproved all of Keith's versions and showed the history of extreme abuse he inflicted on his wife before killing her. And do you think this decision was fair to him? Comment your opinion below and see you soon.